Hello, Monsters of Banishment, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 and Mortal Empires and part 8 of my Wulfric. I don't know why I said that like I was straining for a poo. Anyway, the point is, it's Wulfric the Wanderer campaign with mutant elephants. Good. And last time we did a little quest battle, and it was a little monster hunt. We did a monster hunt. A lot of our berserkers died in just one shot from those cluster boulders. Fuck me, those were atrocious. But never mind, we did get there in the end, and now we're going to kill some dwarfs because, you know, why not? They're dwarfs. They have to die because they're awful. They're small. They get everywhere. I hate them so much. So we're going to kill them all. There we go. And I raise it for... You know what? We're going for an illegal at the moment, aren't we? So I'll do something like that. I do need to get someone to heal up, though, which is a bit of a problem. So I guess we'll do a bit of raiding, because that will reduce our upkeep. No reason not to. And we are going to get... Now, I was going for Wound Maker, wasn't I? Because that's 788 weapon strength. Tasty, tasty, tasty. Right, Altdorf is pretty much maxed out with everything, really. And we're doing a little bit of raiding over here for no particular... Oh, I was raiding these guys, wasn't I? I guess we'll come down here and raid them some more, seeing as that seemed to cheer up the Hellspire tribe, who are generally fairly grumpy about everything. Really, they're just grumpy guys, but they are keeping a lot of people off my back, and it means that I'm not. Because one of the main problems with Norsca is defending the whole of Norsca. Because as soon as like a little army arrives in the north, suddenly I have to go chasing them around. At the moment, I'm like, I don't care. I genuinely don't give a flying shit about any kind of army at this point. It's just not a concern for me. I don't really think income... I mean, construction costs for all buildings isn't the worst thing to have. And I guess if you're on a chariot, a little bit of ritualistic fury virus? I think so. Yeah, alright. Now we want Marienburg, but I might need to come back to just heal up a little bit, because we have taken quite a bit of damage. And, oh, Garcus. I meant to do renaming, I fucking forgot. I'll do it next time, honest. I promise I will remember to do... You know what, I'm gonna... No, you know what? Yeah. Scrappy do, because no one likes you. Scrappy do. Everyone hates you. You are a terrible character, and your people should have needed you, and you should have gone and returned to them. Right, let us get... I mean, I do like the idea... Is there anything that's going to give me more weapon strength for my boys? Order missile units, that's melee attack. Charge bonus and speed for cavalry. Okay. Okay. I mean, destruction of Bretonnia. Let's grab that, because we do need to get the secrets of grape and grain, or grain and grape, whichever way around. Just because, you know, why wouldn't we? You know, grapes and grain. That sounds super Norscan to me. I guess the problem is the Norscans are supposed to be like well-known traders as well. They're not like inherently totally evil, for the most part, but they, you know, they do like raiding. I do feel like the Greenskins are doing themselves a disservice here, because they keep telling me I'm trespassing against them, and I'm like, I'm not. It's just that you keep taking the territory that... Never mind. You know, I burn something down, you take the territory. What is that, eh? Okay, let's do a little bit of raiding there. It's going to make us 88. Big income. Holy shit. It's going to change my life. And I'm going to come down here to do some raiding because reasons. Again, that's going to give me a lovely 89 income. At some point, Felman, we're going to upgrade you, but that is not this day. Swellings of Doom. No, we'll go Norse Resilience. I don't need your Doom swelling anywhere near me, frankly. Kind of repulses me, I won't lie. When do we get more research? 24, 30. I'm not so bothered about having the wound recovery time, although having said that, it would have been nice when Wulfric was incapacitated. Okay. If we give it like one more turn. I mean, they do have some Pegasus Knights. The Pegasus Knights quite strong on the attack. But as soon as they have come down to attack, they then die horribly. Plus, of course, these guys have... yeah, it definitely looks like they've got no real infantry support there. So that should be a fairly easy murder. I guess we'll keep raiding you because, you know, we're just kind of here. May as well. I mean, as soon as I declare war on me, I'm in a lot of trouble, but... Because big garrison here? Yeah, fairly big garrison. We can always run away. It's not really a big deal. Is that still Hochland? You know what? I might come over here. Is this all still Hochlands? In which case, I'll come over here and do some raiding, because that way it won't upset them. Well, I mean, if it does upset them, it's not really a big problem, because we can then run away from them, which is, you know, key. Alarm Dahl getting stuck right in there. Jesus, they're going quite far. I'm a little bit worried about the greenskins, but they don't seem particularly bothered, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Let's make our Bigby Wolf thick-skinned, and you can be thick-skinned as well. So far, so good. Yeah, we'll just heal up one more turn, then we'll go and kill those Bretonnians and retake Marienburg, because that was mine. They do have two armies. We've got Chilfroy over here. And then Henk. Good old Henk. What can you do? You can assault units. Give it a shot. Should have known. Should have known you'd be an abject failure. Okay, well I guess we're just going to go for it. Because I'm sure it'll be... I mean, worst case, absolute worst case... that second army comes along and brutally murders me. But I'm fairly sure it'll be A-OK. Probably. See, I can't believe these complete bastards. Did I know Marienburg was mine? I dibsed it. I dibsed it. It's mine. I've decided. I mean, it's not that useful to me, but it's the principle of the thing. Look at these little peasanty bow boys. And they're guarding it with foot squires, which are substandard infantry at best. To be honest, the men at arms with polearms are probably better. I mean, the foot squires do have more armour, but not by a huge amount. And I mean, the polearms just have more melee defense. So personally, I'd probably go with the polearms. Foot squires just aren't worth it. Berserkers coming up the walls, getting their magic ladders out of their bottoms somehow, I guess. It's probably fine. There's quite a lot of Pegasus Knights here. Pegasus Knights are pretty good on the charge. Pretty shit every other time. They just don't have the melee attack really. Once they're in combat, they just get torn to shreds. They're very fragile. Hello, boys. In come the Pegasus Knights, and I mean, they might get some kills early on. They'll take some damage, but then as soon as they've all landed, they will just start being ripped limb from limb. I've never really found a good use for Pegasus Knights. The only time, I guess they're basically shock cav, which are really easy to get into position. We're going to use Final Transmutation here, which of course is going to be doing a lot of damage for... Where is he? There he is. Fyrus there, you can see the kills climbing. It's a really good spell to use on big blobs like this. Because you don't have to worry about, like, if it's going to hit your own troops. You just whack it down there. It does a lot of damage to, like, single entity units especially. And, I mean, yeah, the Pegasus Knights just dying very, very rapidly. We're up on the walls, and of course where we're up on the walls you can see our Berserkers are making a real mess of any of this Bretonnian infantry, because the Bretonnian infantry is awful. I mean, look at us. We've got 97 melee attack and 82 weapon strength. These guys have got 26 melee attack and they're 35. It's just no competition. They just ain't going to be able to hold that. And then the skin walls are thinning out. The units guarding the gates, trying to push us back. We're carving our way through that. So look at that, it's looking pretty good, isn't it? Wolfric up to 234 kills. Soul Crush with 0, but you know, he's there in spirit. He's also pushing forward straight into the centre of the enemy line. Okay, he got 7, 8, 10 kills in one hit, so I'll give him that. Yeah, I'm not sure Unite's Vow said anything about giant mutant mammoths, though, did it? Did it? I mean, if it did, that's very specific, but... Again, unless the lady blessed against giant mutant mammoths, then you're probably plumb out of luck. Big piles of deads at the city centre, as is tradition. There's still a couple of units of knights that are continuing to try and hold us at bay, but we're now in the city centre. And of course, once... I mean, the thing is, knights are just not particularly good in a siege. And once our skin walls are engaged, they will just hack their way through all of this pretty handily. How long will I hold Marienburg this time? Answers on a postcard. Nice clean slaughter, look at that, that's pretty good. Do I want to sack it? Or just... I'll sack it. Sack it, and then I will come back and take it.
Where's my next quarry?
Well, that is the question, isn't it? Alright, repair that, repair that. Now we're getting some replenishments. And Wulfric is... Now, what are you? You're level 39. Now, you've got 2 more skill points to go. I mean, that might not be the worst thing to have. I'm sort of tempted by this, but... More melee attack. I don't feel like we need more melee attack. That's something I feel like... I didn't think I'd ever say this, but I think we've got enough melee attack. I might go for this one, just because... it feels silly not to take it. So I will take it, despite the fact that currently I just love my berserkers too much. I don't think I want to give them up. I mean, yes, they're squishy, but have you seen how angry they are? Oh, they're angry boys. They really are. Very, very angry boys. I'm gonna... Do I want to do that? Yeah, okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, so far so good. I think Altdorf is going to be fine. We got good garrison there, which I think should be able to fend off pretty much most things that could get thrown at it. Having said that, there's a lot of very nasty factions. Oh, plus we've got less armour, of course, for everyone at the moment. So they're at 17 armour at the moment, whereas they should have a little bit more than that. Or they do have, 15% physical resistance, which isn't bad. Yeah, that's fine. And I mean, 39 melee defense is pretty good. It's not as good as their 76 weapon strength, but To
the 4 corners.
Small concerns. Right, we're doing a little bit of raiding there. I could do a little bit of raiding camp action. Don't really know why. Just kind of doing it. Let's get the Chieftain's Hall there. We want to knock that one down, and we're then going to get the Dark Furnace here. I don't really know why I'm doing that. I guess it's my kind of recruitment base, isn't it? So I could send Fellman back to actually raise an army or something, if it ever looks feasible. Winds of Pain, and also Belagar is apparently trespassing. Really? Over there? You're a long way from home, Belagar.
Do not waste my time with petty talk. Make your offer.
I'm going to be honest. I think that unless he's got 2 armies. God, I hope they've got 2 armies. But unless he's got 2 armies, then I think they should be fine. Plus, of course, we get plus 10 melee defense when under siege anyway. So I'm feeling pretty happy about that. Oh, you've got a big army. A big boy. Now, what quest do we have? We had a quest, didn't we? No, that's diplomacy, not the quest one. What did I want? I wanted this. That's right. It looks... It's got a scroll... Shut up. Okay, move any character to Grungzid. Okay, I can do that. I've got this boy. Scrappy Doo. Although... killing him, better option.
I'm listening.
Because then... we can ambush.
Okay.
How are we ambushing on a mammoth that is seemingly 4 times as tall as the trees around it? Good question. And one I have no answer for. So we'll go vicious training because eventually we want to put you in an army, I guess. We're doing a little bit of raiding there, which I'm hoping is cheering these guys up. It does. It's getting better.
Hunger for raiding, not talking.
No, well, look, I think we could be friends. That's all. I think we could be friends. I don't think we have to be enemies. Frankly, I'm kind of like, let's just get on. You know, let's just be friends. Let's not worry about these kind of things. Do I want more upkeep reduction or do I want more money? Income from raiding and sacking is increased, which I kind of like. What else was I going to do here? Was I going to get the mammoth building? Was I going to do that? That seems madness. I don't have the money to spend on fucking mammoths. You see how much those buggers eat? It's lots is what... huge amounts. Oh, this doesn't look good for you, does it? This looks... oh, this is a shame. I could lightning strike. I don't need my garrison. Doesn't seem like it really matters. But lightning strike will reduce their leadership, which does mean they'll probably fight less. Which, and I probably don't need. I don't need my. Look at this garrison. It's gonna be fucking miles away. I don't need that. I don't need my garrison. I can do this just by myself. How do mammoths ambush someone? You'd think someone would notice the giant mutant elephant. Oh well.
We fight as real companions!
Yeah, but actually what you are is pretty shit armor piercing infantry. Already pretty much everyone is deciding to run away. The Grail Knights trying to get out of combat, but getting... oh, here comes Wulfric. Getting torn to pieces while they try... yeah, they're broken. Amazingly, some of the infantry over here is still fighting. Oh, it was fighting on, and now they're running away. And now because they're trying to run away and they're surrounded, they're of course dying horribly. Thyros has managed to grind 28 people beneath his big old wheels. And look at all these boys trying to run away. Just the enemy command group who have only just broken. Still looking pretty intact compared to, you know, the rest of their army. Isn't it bloody typical? All of the infantry dies horribly and the leaders get away. As it has always been.
What do you want, brute? To the warhead?
Friends? Friends! Best friends are best friends. Right.
I am the wanderer.
Yes, indeed. Okay, last skill point. So what are we going to get? Why are you level 49? A bit weird. Alright, never mind. What do I like? What do I like? I guess you are a big boy, aren't you? I guess we'll go missile resistance. The other one's monsters there, which is bonus first large, which I'm going to be honest isn't really that useful.
The eternal challenger.
Really, level 49? I don't entirely know that's true. I guess you could spread public order. I guess being a good fluffy boy, you know who doesn't love a good fluffy boy? Of course you'd spread public order. It just makes sense. You know what? Having thought about it, makes perfect sense. Absolutely perfect sense. I do like Plague of Rust because that armor reduction, very useful.
To the four corners. Into corpses.
Very, very useful. Okay, actually, do I want you to bring your friends, or do I just kill you? I think I just kill you. I think I just kill you.
On the move.
Okay, now the only
Where's my next one?
so we could potentially take this fortress. The only problem being is they're going to have a lot of artillery, which is going to be a right bastard to deal with. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's going to be a massive ball ache, and probably cause us significant damage. But if I don't deal with it, then it'll constantly be used as like a thorn in my side. So I'm kind of feeling we just fucking go for it. even if it means taking some losses. Because, I mean, I don't think that... I think we can do this. You know, smash our way inside, kill everyone, murder the artillery. Jobs are good, right? No worries. Oh, I feel like this is going to be costly. Mostly because I've got a lot of rock throwers. Field trebuchets. They got how many of the buggers? 5, something like that. I mean, they're not positioned particularly well, but it'll be bad enough. And of course, these fortresses are actually have some semblance of a defensive line. Is that the word I'm looking for? Sort of formation thing. Where is that waterfall going to? That's the question. And coming from. That person's house is flooded. Do they know? Is this new? Who knows? Anyway, the point is that we're throwing berserkers up against the wall. So they kind of have these like extra fortifications, and this sort of reminds me of some of the old Total Wars, things like Attila and Rome, where you had cities had like further fortifications. Unlike Warhammer, we just have streets. And I mean, to be fair, it's a city. You're bound to have, you know, streets rather than fortifications. But you'd think maybe that, you know, they'd have some sort of force or somewhere, anything really, basically to try and, you know, act as, especially like dwarves. Dwarf cities are basically fortifications where people live. Anyway, skin walls are inside. We're setting up berserkers up against the wall. I didn't want to group them up too much because that would mean them getting, you know, pummeled to death by the trebuchets, who are already lobbing rocks in every direction. Oof. I mean, it's probably fine. They're not very accurate, which is good. Oh, God. The thing is, you know, skin walls, they're werewolves, that's true. Werewolves obviously weak to silver bullets. But has anyone tried throwing a chunk of masonry at high speed at their head? How does that affect a werewolf? I mean, the answer to that question is pretty effective, surprisingly effective. I mean, you know, silver, absolute bugger to get hold of, especially smelt into a bullet. I wouldn't even know where to start with that. Whereas I certainly can probably start to think about how to lob a hunk of masonry at high speed, in theory. Anyway, where's this water coming from? This entire place is just damp. That's not good. It's kind of got water just like running down. It's a nice effect, apart from the fact that this grass apparently is floating in midair. Probably because they put the grass layer on before they decided to dig out a little trench there for the water. But you know, far be it from me to point these things out. Virus dropping a lovely old thingy-majig. Final transmutation. There we go. Upgraded. 55 kills. 65. More kills. 70. 74. 78. 84. 89. Oh, that's a good final transmutation. It also does a lot of damage to units, which then makes them easier to kill in general. So the kills are nice, but the fact that it just drains the health of everyone around. You can see Wulfric just pummeling his way through these. He's got 53 kills so far, and I haven't used the boaty thing. A few people were saying, oh, I never put Wulfric on the Mammoth, and I can certainly see that argument. I can certainly understand why you might not want to, but it's a fucking Mammoth. I mean, you know, I'll put the skill point in now. Taking him off the Mammoth would be seconds of my life I wouldn't get back. Anyway, the Berserkers down here fighting some Grail Knights. It's actually been pretty effective because, you know, they've got stupid amounts of weapon strength, so that's fine. The Berserkers are taking absolute pummeling in all directions. We're now trying to get up to deal with the Field Trebuchets because they are just giving us a right old beating. Ow, I should be moving these guys and I'm not. Some Berserkers down here fighting some Knights Errant, and that is going pretty well for them, I think. Not the Knights Errant, the Berserkers, that is. We're heading towards the city centre. You can see we're all covered in blood, other people's blood. Hunting down any units we can get a hand on, and you can see that we've actually dealt, you know, quite a significant blow to the enemy force, but we've lost about half of our army. And here come the Pegasus Knights. Good on the charge. Terrible everywhere else. I swear, like, I even charged them into back of units, and they do okay for the first 5 seconds. And then after that, they just disintegrate. They're so fragile. How much armor do they have? Just sit still for a second. I'm trying to find out how much fucking armor you have, you dozy bastard. 80. You'd think that, I mean, you know, 80. It's not bad. The melee defense isn't horrendous. But they just seem to get, like, totally and absolutely... I mean, just get torn to pieces. I guess because they're a very large target. And there's not many of them in a unit. And they tend to get, like, spread out when they charge rather than a big blob. So a lot of them get hit very, very quickly. And then they just kind of, like, you know, explode. It's very, very messy. Anyway, we need to take out these trebuchets. The rest of our units seem to be doing okay. Although it looks like our, you know, left flank has disintegrated. Oops. We might lose some units of berserkers, which is a bit of a problem. Lots of gravestones around here, isn't it? You'd worry if you came here. If this, you're like, oh, this is the fort you'll be defending, and you came here and saw these gravestones, you'd be like, is this a good fort to be defending? Well, you know, it's variable. There's the good days, and then there's days you get, you know, torn to shreds by angry man-wolf things. That's right, we're cutting them off. They might try and get away. Well, they're not going to get away now. They said it's all over. It is now, because of werewolves. Fuck you, trebuchets. Fuck you. Oof. That stung. 2,000. Fine.
Heading out.
Fine.
No problem.
Is that actually going to help us do it?
Done
No.
and done.
It will
Good.
do... right, okay. Well, we'll recruit those guys. I need some more berserkers, though. Ones with untwistable stomachs. Or at least uncrushable heads. To be honest, though, Marauder Champions wouldn't have done much better in that position, because they just wouldn't have. Anyway, we need to raid Montfort. Arriving in the Grey Mountains, you find out that Blogor is long gone, but the destruction left in his wake is evident. Buildings to be smashed to rubble, crops flattened, and the people reduced to ground smears. Although the Giants' movements are still unknown, the locals tell you of a Bretonnian herb collector who might know where the brute lives. Bretonnia has allegedly made a fleeting appearance in the Grey Mountains shortly before the giant arrived, claiming that he'd actually stumbled upon the giant's underground lair while spelunking nearby to gather some cave mushrooms. Knowingly that the giant was approaching, he was gone almost as soon as he'd arrived, fearful of the carnage to come. He must now travel to Bretonnia to search for this herb collector. There would also be no harm in indulging in a bit of raiding while you're there, if not just to keep the troops happy. Could just get some of the mushrooms, to be honest.
The eternal challenger.
Either or. Let us... Yeah, let's get Gehenna's Golden Hounds, something like that. I'm going to have to go all the way back, because right.
No escape.
Why the fuck does... Oh, it takes me 4 turns now. Why does it only take me 4 turns? Fuck knows. Why 4 turns? That's ridiculous. Have I got some research that decreased it or something? What the fuck did I get that did that then? Am I mad? I mean, is it this? Is it something? Is it something? I genuinely don't know. But 5 turns to recruit glow. I mean, that seems mad, doesn't it? 5 turns is insane. No unit takes 5 fucking turns to recruit.
Overrun the world.
Especially just bog standard infantry. I mean, that's just insane. Really? Magical forest is just unpleasant for us? Really? Oh, the only one we don't like is ocean, apparently. We just find desert and magical forest. Oh, okay. That's that's a whole thing, I guess. Why would Norscans find ocean on? You know what? Fine. Okie dokie. Velman is a raider. Good for him. Those guys are dead. Oh well, need to come, need to go.
I'll see it through.
Let's go and burn this place to the ground. Torch it for Zinch. We've got a shrieking blade.
What?
It's very shouty.
Settled.
Right, well, I guess we'll have to go to Marienburg or somewhere. Basically, I need to recruit more berserkers. Oh, you know what? I think the only place we can do that is Altdorf without having to wait for 5 fucking turns. And it's quicker to go to Altdorf, recruit them, and then come back.
To the 4 corners.
Which is kind of annoying, but I guess that's what we're going to have to do, which is, you know, bullshit. Never mind. Okay, let's have a look at Couronne. What's Couronne got going? Is it big garrison? Big garrison, yes. It's like, oh, Luon is over there now.
Not allow it. What you ask is impossible.
Is it though? Scrappy Doo, you are literally the fucking worst. Christ.
Not in this world or the other.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Okay. Taking Couronne shouldn't be a it shouldn't be tricky. Let's put it that way. It should not be a particularly hard task. I do want to upgrade this, but it's going to take friggin' ages until we get the growth. Because we don't have any of the settlements, because we can't have them. But is there actually a growth building we can build here? I guess we can build this one. But that's 30 growth. I mean, that's... Alright, that would increase it quite significantly, but I'm just not that invested. Oh, we do have Zinch, so we get extra research rate. Fantastic. We've got Zinch and we've got the Crow as well. So we'll keep buffing up the Eagle a little bit. Because although getting level 3 allegiance is one of our main objectives, we also need 5 of these. And that's going to be, well, not tricky, but where the fuck is the Fortress of the Damned? Oh, it's over there. Really? Want me to take that? Why? Is it special? Is there a special thing there? I mean, I know there's a special thing in Skeggy. Hell Pit might not be the hardest. I mean, we'll take Couronne and Altdorf. We could take Lothern. Could be on. I mean, holding them is going to be the tricky bit, because obviously we don't have the armies to hold them, and they're quite, you know, disparate locations, and we can't hold... Yeah. But basically, I think winning the campaign is going to be a massive ball ache, because taking these settlements is going to be a pain in the arse. The raiding is not an issue. These guys, that's not an issue. Maintaining 40 units might be an issue. Just taking and holding these 5 locations is going to be an absolute bastard. I mean, Hell Pit and Kislev aren't too far away from each other. And Couronne and Altdorf aren't too far away from each other. So that's 4. And then, I mean, you know, Miragliano and Skaven Blight are both quite close to each other. So maybe taking some of those. Iron Frost, where's that? Over there. Really? You want me to take... Okay, well, that's fine. I guess we'll look at how feasible that is.
Defeated.
Let's just make our fluffy boys even fluffier, so they really, you know, they're going to be super good boys. Super duper good boys. Glittering Robe is... That is an area augment. I mean, 60 armour. Whacking that on my berserkers, and suddenly my berserkers actually, you know, might have some armour. Some armour. I'm not going to...
I am the Wanderer.
Oh, we could get 5k for sacking that. That's pretty good. And 38k for sacking that. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, the thing is, you might look at that and go, that's a lot of money. But Titan Peaks was making more than that in my Marathi campaign per turn, and that's a one-off thing.
Northmen come.
Should we maybe see if we can get Fellman to actually do... I don't know where I'd want to put Fellman. That's the only thing. Like, who would I be attacking with Fellman? I mean, I could get him to hunt down the Mr. the Bloody Hounds and murder him. Or he could come over and help me with Bretonnia, but then that leaves this place undefended. Is that a problem, though? On the other hand, this is... Wow, you are super happy about all my... Okay.
Straight to business. Where shall we raid next?
Well, that...
Ships are ready.
See, suddenly, Mr. the Bloody Hound's like, hey, buddy, where do we want to go? Where's the party at? Let me join in. And so I think we can probably eventually get him on side. At which point, you know, maybe we won't have to kill him. Because, well, or we could just stab him in the back, because, you know, why worry about it? You know what would be If we get a military alliance with him, we'll always know where he is. That'll make him much easier to kill. And people say I'm thick. That'll have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.